What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Today, I'm super excited because we're gonna be doing a full face first impressions, testing a bunch of new drugstore makeup. You guys know I love to check out the new drugstore products, and I know you guys enjoy these types of videos as well. So I am not gonna drag this intro on, and we're just gonna jump right on into it. Make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel if you have not already, and click the little bell right next to the subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future uploads. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. We are not using matching clips today, so I apologize. I don't know where my matching sets are, so we got two different colors, and I am sorry if that bothers anybody, but we're bringing on the spring vibes with the colors, you know? Okay, up first, I have been dying to try this. I literally hauled this when I went to Target like a couple weeks ago, and I've just had it in my little drawer of new drugstore stuff to try, and today is the day. So I got this at Target a couple weeks ago. It was about $7.99, I believe, when I got it, and this is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skincare Priming Glow Mist. So it's basically supposed to be a face mist that you can use as a primer. It's supposed to provide 8-hour hydration. It has rose water and vitamin C in it. So we're just gonna go in. I typically really like CoverGirl complexion products. I'm gonna do a little test spray. Oh, okay, it looks like a light mist. We love that, so I'm gonna go in my skin with this. Okay, feels really, really nice, super light mister to the skin. It does have a rose scent to it because it does have that rose water, but it's not like super overpowering. Feels really nice and hydrating to my skin. I do have dry skin, so definitely something that I need. And I do feel like my skin looks nice and glowy with that. So definitely like this. Keep it up with the complexion products, CoverGirl. Alrighty, up next, we're gonna dive on into a new foundation. I'm so excited about this. I found this on Amazon. I found with new drugstore products, Amazon tends to have stuff before a lot of the stores do. So if there's like a new hot product that comes out that you want to try, check Amazon because a lot of times they have the stuff earlier. So this is the L'Oreal Age Perfect 4-in-1 Tinted Balm. I saw this originally on TikTok, I think, and then I was looking at my local stores, couldn't find it anywhere. So purchased off Amazon. I'm a little concerned because I got this in shade medium and it looks pretty dark. So we're gonna see about that. Why can I not open this? Okay, now before we jump in with this, want to give you guys like the details on basically what this is supposed to be. It's like a hybrid foundation slash makeup and skincare product because it's supposed to make the skin look firmer, smooth lines, conceal imperfection, and even your tone. It does have an anti-aging serum in it, and it is like a balm consistency. I haven't opened it up yet, but this is what it looks like. And yes, that looks like it is going to be way too dark. So we're gonna try and make it work. Shear it out a little bit with a beauty sponge is probably how I'll apply it, and see if we can kind of match it to my neck. It's hard to color match yourself when you're ordering online, but hopefully as we move forward, it will be more readily available in stores. One thing that I do want to mention is that this only comes in 8 different shades. There's 2 fair shades, 2 light shades, 2 medium shades, and 2 deep shades. L'Oreal is like a huge company. We definitely could have used more than 8 shades. I feel like that is not nearly enough. So we'll see how it works as we apply it. All right, I'm just gonna dip a blender in there. I'm using the new e.l.f. Cookies and Cream one. I love this, and I should note too, there are 2 medium shades and I got the lighter of the 2. So it definitely seems kind of dark, but we'll go in and press it into the skin. I think we might be able to make it work. I'll just use a lighter concealer and powder to kind of like make it blend a little better. But I would say if you're ordering this online, definitely go with a lighter shade than you think rather than darker. It actually feels really nice going onto the skin. Like it feels very cooling. It does say this can be applied with your fingers, but I just prefer to use a sponge, and it seems like it is applying really easily with the sponge. Definitely giving like a light but good coverage. Some products that are light coverage give no coverage whatsoever at all. You're still definitely getting coverage with this. Covered up a lot of my redness and problem areas, and honestly feels like nothing on my skin, which is very nice. And I really only used a little bit of this, like just dunked it right on the top, and I actually think it looks really beautiful. Aside from the fact that I likely need to go down a shade, I really like how the formula is looking on the skin. It gives a pretty glow. So I actually feel like this is a beautiful product for every day, or if you just want something that's a little bit lighter, more natural for the skin. I'll wear this for the rest of the day and then update the description box down below with how it wears. But overall, I'm actually really impressed with it. I would just love to see more shades in it because I do consider this a foundation product. Like it is giving you a good coverage. I am gonna go in and see if I use a little bit more, if it builds, which it absolutely is actually, yeah. So now I would say it's honestly like medium coverage. You can definitely build it up to get even more coverage if you want to. So that is really nice. All right, up next, we're gonna jump into a concealer, and I have a new one from Catrice. This is the Catrice Ultimate Camouflage Cream. So I've heard this is supposed to be similar to the NARS Soft Matte, which I love. So we're gonna test it out. I have this one in shade light beige, and it's just like a potted concealer. So I'm gonna go in with this side of my sponge and get some on there. and tap into the under eyes. Okay, it's definitely helping to brighten up and conceal my under eyes, so I do like that, although I would not say that this is a dupe for the NARS Soft Matte at all. It's definitely much less coverage than that. I would say this is like medium coverage, but I like the way that it looks. It just helped to instantly like blur and perfect out my under eyes. I'm gonna bring a little down my nose as well, and there I have some blemishes. So basically the point of this concealer is it's supposed to be a concealer that feels light but gives a really full coverage. I will say it definitely feels light. I like the way that it feels on my skin. I don't think that it's full coverage, and it is creasing already a little bit in my under eyes. I don't typically love like potted concealers like this for my under eyes, so I find that happens. I don't know if it's a me thing or if other people find that, but even with the NARS one, it will crease a little bit in my under eye area, even though I love that. So I'm gonna go in and tap with my finger just to see if that can help melt it into the skin a little bit better, because sometimes that does help. That did help a bit with the creasing, to kind of press it in with my finger. But I will keep a look on if it continues to crease or get worse throughout the day. So again, check the description box for that. Sometimes you guys can't find my updates in the description box. So in my description box, I'll list all the products, and where I list the product, I'll have a link to the product, and then I will have the update for it. So it'll be down there where I list all the products in the description box. I don't have any new powders, so to set the under eyes, I'm gonna jump in with the Hailey's Beauty Retouch. I really love this. It's not drying at all, but it does a good job of setting, so hopefully this can help that concealer not crease as the day moves on, because this is typically pretty good at combating that. So I'm just kind of pressing it into where we applied that concealer. And you can also definitely use this powder for all over your face as well, which is nice. I'm not gonna use it today all over the face because it is a translucent powder, so it's not gonna change the color of your foundation, which is typically what you want with a setting powder. So great when you love your foundation shade, you don't wanna change it, you just wanna set it and make your skin more airbrushed. This is perfect for that. I wanna go in with something that's gonna help to change the color a little bit, just so we have a little bit more of a seamless blend. So I'm gonna go in with the new e.l.f. Camo powder. I reviewed this in one of my last videos. Love it, it's so good. It's technically a powder foundation, but this will help to lighten the shade on my face a little bit. So I have shade Light 250 in this. And I'm just gonna use that to press into the skin and just to help neutralize the color a little bit, set everything in place, and this will actually give a little bit extra coverage too, because it is a powder foundation. All right, face is all set, so now we're gonna get started on the eyes. I went ahead and zoomed you guys in a little bit because we're gonna start with our brows. For our brows today, we're gonna use the new Hailey's Beauty Redefine. This is not a first impressions to me. I've been using this for about the past month and a half, but it just recently launched in February. I had it a little bit before it launched, and this is so good. I'm obsessed. I'm so happy that I can talk to you guys about it now. So I'll have it linked down below. I wanna thank Hailey's for partnering with me on this section of today's video, but as you guys know, I love their products, and this brow product is no exception. It's so stinking good. Hailey's is kind of in between drugstore and high-end as far as price point goes. This is $16, so it's a little bit more than some of the other drugstore brow pencils, but it's definitely less than the high-end brow pencils, so it kind of falls in between the two categories, but it's well worth the $16 in my opinion. So I'm gonna use shade Taupe, and you guys can use my code Kelly to get a discount, but basically you wanna shake it up before you get started, and it has a felt tip applicator like this, so I just normally will like brush off some of the excess products. I like to go in with less products and build it up as necessary. It has a super precise tip on the bottom, and I kind of start by outlining the bottom of my brow like so, and this does have a matte finish, and it will not budge. Like seriously, once this is on your brows, it's not going anywhere. I was just in Miami last week and had this on my brows while I was there, and it was hot. I was at the pool, everything, and it did not budge. So once I have the bottom of my brows outlined, I will go in with the tip and just feather in little brow strokes. And what's nice too is the product is not only giving us color, but it also helps to keep the brows in place, so you don't have to use an additional brow gel with this. So it's kind of like an all-in-one product. So I'm just feathering in little brow strokes, and you have about 2 minutes until this sets in place to get your brows how you like them. And I'm just gonna go in with a spoolie to blend everything. All right, and this is the completed brow look. So it's just enough defined, just enough soft and natural, but like I said, it's not moving anywhere, so I love that. So I'm gonna go in and do the same thing on the other side. And you guys know if you watch my videos, but Hailey's Beauty is vegan, they're cruelty-free, their products are skin-friendly, and they're founded by a Filipina female chemist, which is awesome. So I will have this linked down below if you guys wanna check it out. It comes in 2 different shades. Like I said, I'm using Taupe. They do also have a darker shade as well. So you guys can check the description box and use code Kelly for a discount. I'm just gonna go in and finish this brow off. Alrighty, brows are all done, so we're gonna jump into our eyes. We're just gonna do something light today, but we're going to use the new e.l.f. Bite Size Shadow. This is the orange dreamsicle one. So the Bite Size Shadows have been around, but they came out with a couple new colorways. So this is one of the newer ones. I also just recently did a video where I used different, newer Bite Size Shadows, and I loved it. So I'm hoping this one will be the same. Although this one, like a lot of the shades look very similar in this, so I'm interested to see how it works. So let's go ahead and open this up and see. This is the only matte shade in the palette, so I'm gonna go in with this in my crease. So I'm just gonna buff that in the crease. This literally is like the exact shade, I feel like, as like the orange creamsicle. I used to love like orange creamsicle, like ice cream. I have not had that since I was like literally 10 years old, I don't think. But I used to love it. This is bringing me back. So I'm just blending this into the crease and upper crease area to define out the eyes. And gonna go and do the same thing on the other side. So far, this shadow is blending super easily and is nice and pigmented. Even though it's more of like a pastel-y type orange, it still is showing up nicely. Now I wanna try and use as many colors from this as possible. So I'm gonna go in with this shimmer kind of orange shade, and I'm gonna apply this to the outer like half of my eye. So I'm just gonna use a flat top brush for this and pack it on there. Ooh, we are not seeing much. Okay, hang on. Let me use my finger for this and pack it in. Okay, this is a lighter shade, but I would say not really up to typical e.l.f. quality as far as their eyeshadows go. Like, I typically really like their bite-sized shadows. It is a lighter color, but it is not super pigmented. Like, it's adding a little shimmer to the lids, but it definitely looks like it would be darker, like in the palette when you apply it to the eyes. It's a much lighter shade. I'm going in now with a brush with some setting powder. That does apply it a bit better, like if you use a dampened brush, but overall it's just a much lighter shade. Now I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, and I'm gonna do that on the inner half of the eye. Okay, see, this one is much more pigmented. Even though it's a lighter shade, it definitely shows up better on the eye. So I'm just kind of blending that in to the other shade we used to do kind of like a gradient eye. Now I'm gonna go in with the tiny little brush and the lightest shade, and I'm going to apply that in the inner corners. This is actually very pretty. I should have just used that shade all over my lids, but I wanted to try and use all of them. I'm gonna apply it beneath the brow bone. See, yeah, like this one's super pigmented too. So just that one shimmer is definitely off, but the other shades are nice. And then just to finish out the look, I'm gonna go in with that matte orange that we used to start on the lower lash line and just buff that out. And that is that. Overall, this is probably not my favorite e.l.f. bite-sized shadow. I really love the other one, the other new one that I just tried, which is the Love You a Latte. That one I love. This one's just much lighter. So if you're looking for something with paler orange shades, this would be a good palette for you. For myself personally, I don't see myself reaching for this. Alrighty, up next, we're gonna try out a new mascara. So this is the L'Oreal Voluminous Noir, I would never say that name right. I think it's Noir, I don't know. Balm Mascara. So this is super interesting. I've never tried a balm mascara before. It says it's supposed to give 7 times fuller lashes, and it's supposed to be a clean formula. So I have this in shade brown. So I have this in shade black, I'm sorry, and it does come in shade brown as well. So let's see how this works. Clearly, L'Oreal is very into the balms. We have the balm foundation, the balm mascara, lots of balms. I like the packaging on this a lot, actually. This is what the wand looks like. I'm gonna go in and curl my lashes. Honestly, not drugstore, but there is no better lash curler than the Tarte one. It is so good. My little lashes need a good curler, and this one is fabulous. All right, so I'm going to go in with this, wiggle it on the lashes. I got a little bit hanging off there. This looks like it could be good. I feel like it's coating my lashes well. It's definitely like a stickier formula. I guess that's where like the balm comes from. But I actually tend to like that for my lashes as compared to like really runny formulas. I feel like this type works better. And I do feel like this is coating my lashes really well. I honestly didn't have high hopes for this because I thought I had saw somebody say that this wasn't good, but I don't think it's bad whatsoever at all, actually. Let me go in on the other eye and see. I feel like it's coating my lashes really well and really picking them up and lifting them. Didn't have the highest of hopes for this, but I feel like it looks really nice. All right, that is about 2 coats. I could see how this might get a little clumpy if you like overdo it, because it is definitely a volumizing mascara, but I actually really like this. Like, I don't think this is bad. It's a little messy, like I definitely got some on my upper lids, which I can clean up a bit, but overall I actually do really like this. And I feel like it actually did pick my lashes up, give them some volume, and make them stay there, so I can't knock it for that. So I personally do like this. I feel like it made a nice difference in my lashes. I'm just gonna do my top lashes. I've actually been leaving like my lower lash line, and I kind of just like that little like less is more look, so I'm just gonna leave it at that today. And we're gonna move back on into the face. So I don't have a new bronzer, so I'm just gonna go in with a deeper shade I have in the e.l.f. Camo Powder. This is medium 310, and I'm just gonna use this to kind of bronze and contour the skin all at once. A little bit, but I do actually have 2 new blushes to try, which I'm excited about. But I just want to get a little bronzer down. Okay, so for the blushes, these are new from Physicians Formula, so I'm going to use one on one cheek and one on the other so we can see both of them. So we have the Matte Monoi Butter. So this is going to be a matte blush, but it looks beautiful. Typically, I like my blushes to have a little bit of shimmer to them, but this one looks really nice because it is a multicolor formula, so you get a bunch of different shades in here. Smells different than the butter bronzer, which I like. Kind of like the butter bronzer, but a little sweeter. So I'm gonna go in on this cheek with this blush. Just kind of swirl together all of the shades and tap. Ooh, we got pigment. That is for sure. You don't need as much as me. I'm trying to like share this out now. But this is actually really pretty. It's darker than I thought it would be, but the base is like that mauve-y kind of purple because you definitely do get like the purple tones coming through with this one. I'm gonna go in with a little powder just to sheer it out. I used too much of it, but it's really pretty, but definitely not a product that you need a lot of. I like that shade a lot though. Now on the other cheek, I'm gonna go in with this one. This is the Murmur Butter Blush in the shade Pink Sand. So this is also new. This is what this one looks like. So it's kind of different stripes of pinks with a little bit of purple and mauves and a slight shimmer to it. Same scent on this. And I'm gonna go in on this cheek with this one. So this one is definitely lighter. So again, depending on skin tone, if you have a lighter skin tone, this one might be a better option for you. If your skin tone's a bit darker, I think this one could definitely work because it is a deeper shade. I feel like me back in the day would love this because I didn't really like blush, so I rarely ever wore it. So, and if I did wear it, I wore just something really light. So I feel like back in the day I would have loved this, but I've been really into like the over blushing kind of trend. So I feel like I like this one better for myself personally, but they're both pretty options, but they definitely are different. And this one, even though there's a slight sheen to it, it really isn't gonna give much of a sheen to your cheeks at all. So definitely not like a glittery product and definitely on the lighter side. I'm just gonna even out the sides a little bit so we don't look crazy. We have two different blushes on, put a little over my nose. Okay, and then last but certainly not least, I wanna try some of these new ColourPop lippies. So these are their new glowing lips. They came out with a bunch of different colors. I have two of them right here, so I figured we could do one on the top, one on the bottom, just so we could see two different options. But basically it's supposed to be like a lipstick lip gloss hybrid. So it's supposed to be like a glossy lipstick, and they have ingredients to nourish your lips in them as well. So I have Indulge Me, which is more of like a brown sort of shade. So I'm gonna go with this on the bottom. Okay, first things first, they smell amazing. Love the scent, and this shade is so pretty. These remind me of those new like viral Makeup by Mario ones that everybody's been talking about. Wow, okay, this might be my new literal favorite. Oh my gosh. Love the glossiness while still having the pigment, and the smell is really nice, feels really nice going on. ColourPop. Okay, I love it. Now on top, we're gonna do a more pinky shade. This is Cockatoo, and these are only $7, which is incredible. I do have an affiliate code with ColourPop, which is code Kelly, so I can get you an additional 10% off. If you wanna use it, feel free. Go in on the top with this. Ooh, this one's pretty too. It matches like that blush well. It has like a more of a purpley undertone and comes off more pink instead of more brown. They're both beautiful. I'm gonna just mix my lips together, but comment down below which shade you like better. I think the bottom shade probably goes better with the oranges that we used on our eyes, but I'm gonna mix them together. They feel so creamy too. Ooh, I love these. And those two mixed together, I feel like made a really pretty shade. I like that. And it's just like a one and done. You got your lip gloss, your lipstick, everything all in one, so love that. All right, you guys, so that is everything today. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Definitely let me know any other products that you guys want first impressions or reviews on. I feel like we tried a lot of really good products today, so as always, I'll update the description box with how the foundation and concealer wears, and I'll have all the products linked down below there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!